Hey, it's Noctis. Subscribe to Vincent Valentine EX Turk channel.
What's up, guys? Your King and Knight Vincent Valentine EX Turk, and I got a lot to discuss with the episode Ignis that's going to happen in December. Well, I shouldn't be talking about this until it gets closer to December, but we're going to be talking about this and addressing the elephant in the room. Now, since I'm feeling a little bit better, I'm cured of my anxiety. The cookout went well, and I'm drinking a beer dew, which is Mountain Dew with a Heineken beer. So let's get to topic: the bad guy and the villain for episode Ignis, and why I think it'd be Ardyn. Because first of all, Ignis said in the trailer, not trailer, the game. Sorry, episode 9, when he was on the train, that he saw the Chancellor in Niflheim when he was on his way to Altisia, which would explain a lot. Just like how I easily predicted that Versteal was going to be the villain of episode Prompto, because he has something to do with Prompto, being the biological father. But also, the reason why I predict episode Ignis, since episode Ignis is the last episode, this one's going to fit in the plot a lot more. And maybe we might get some past with Ignis. Maybe it's true that Ignis is also from Niflheim as well, and King Regis saved Ignis's life King Regis saved Ignis's life from the Niflheim Empire, and as a life debt, King Regis appoints Ignis as Noctis' tutor, teacher, and surrogate parent. Pretty much the same status as Gentiana is. So, what could this possibly mean? What could this possibly mean? Now, let's get to why I think Ardyn will be the villain. Maybe Ardyn and Ignis had a past together. Even when Ignis was supposedly part of the Empire. Even when Ignis was part of the Empire, he had some past grudge against Ardyn. Ardyn did something to his family. And maybe he joined the Niflheim Empire, to get revenge. And hence why Ardyn will have more weight as a villain in episode Ignis than it did in the other two episodes. Don't get me wrong, he was a pretty nasty villain in episode Prompto, but he was only setting the stage for the main villain, Versteal, at that time. And same thing with episode Gladiolus. Ardyn set the stage for Ravis to beat Gladiolus, causing Gladiolus' ego to diminish to the point where he feels like he's unworthy to serve Noctis, only to discourage them from helping Noctis, with his leading. So I think episode Ignis' villain is gonna be Ardyn, because it shows there's actually special look inside the trailer. When you look at Ignis' face, and anyone who's getting gunned down by soldiers, and then the bad guy making the orders, you would look, when you're on the ground, you would look at him as if you're gonna kill him. But I think it's more deep than that with Ignis. I think Ignis seriously wants to kill Ardyn, because Ardyn did something to his life. We don't know what, but Ardyn is pretty much the reason why Ignis is the way he is. Or maybe Ignis was a Lucian, who protected a king. He may not be from Niflheim. He actually may be from he might be a Lucian, meaning that he probably was protecting one of the kings. Or maybe he fell in love with one of the someone from Lucian's daughters or something like that, and he was probably a married man, and then Ardyn took it away from him. But yes, I know, if you had a gun pointing in your face, you would have that angry look. You would have that "I'm gonna kill you" look too. But it's more than that. Ignis has a grudge against Ardyn, a serious grudge. Even though he's not like Gladiolus, where he will directly try and fight. In fact, when Ardyn helped both Gladiolus and Ignis, he took Ardyn's help. but still wanted Ardyn to be defeated. So not only Ardyn had bad things to do with Noctis's life, because he's Noctis's villain, because he was the accursed Lucius king who went bad, but it's also he's also toyed and he's messed with all of them individually. He's made Ravis beat Gladiolus, which caused episode Gladiolus. He pretty much set the stage for Verstale and Prompto to meet up to give Prompto a heartbreaking truth. And Ardyn did whatever he did to Ignis. It's even serious than what he did to both Gladiolus and Prompto. Meaning there was actually a past, or maybe he wasn't even in the Empire at all. Maybe he lived in Grollia. Maybe Ignis grew up in Grollia and he was only a child and his parents were killed by Ardyn. Who knows? But we know in the trailer when we see Ignis's face, it's the face of someone who's going to assassinate their victim, meaning that Ignis has a grudge against Ardyn, and understandably. So Ardyn did just as much bad stuff to Noctis, but probably even worse to Ignis. That's why I think it's possible. Not only that, the only two people we see in the trailer are Ignis and Ardyn and a bunch of Magitech guards. You know? And then not only that, but he also gets blinded. Maybe he fights Ardyn and you're supposed to lose in this DLC. Maybe you fight Ardyn and you think you beat him, but then Ignis figures out the truth that he's part of the Star Scourge, and he sees his true face. Now Ardyn would want to cover up the truth because Ardyn wants to be named a hero. He probably did some powerful magic and blinded Ignis. Thus, Ignis is blind the rest of the game. So Ignis even has even more of a grudge and more of a reason to hate Ardyn, possibly even more than Noctis has. Since Noctis has to accept for the fact that that's his great